I want to ask you guys to actually be vulnerable and transparent about your feelings and shit, and I really want to talk about it. Trip, when you think about like the box or the prism that oftentimes we as black men are expected to operate in, do you think that that has negative consequences on our lives, especially when our spirit wants to expound past that, but we don't find a way to?
Certainly. I think being black and man is to be asked to be something when society attacks you at every entry point to actually becoming that. There hasn't been a time that black men haven't been asked to be men, but at the same time been attacked in pursuit of it. And I'm not talking about black women. Don't worry, I'm not blaming y'all. We talking about society at large. You know what I'm saying? We're still discriminated against, right? And so we're asked to be something that we're deprived of. We asked to have money. We don't get paid the same amount as white men do. We asked to have property. We still getting denied home loans, even though we got the credit to get it. You know what I'm saying? We still asking to be, so it's like a lot that we're being called to be. We don't even really have access to a lot of times to it. So it definitely impacts us on a personal level, because if you're told this is the benchmark that you're supposed to hit as a human being, not just as a man, if I'm constantly missing this mark that I'm told makes me a good man, then of course I'm gonna feel some type of way about myself and consequently feel some type of way in the spaces and relationships that I occupy.
Nigga don't miss.
He don't.
The nigga don't miss.
He don't.
Facts.
Mike, I want to ask you this. Who are you outside of a relationship with a woman? And at what point did you find that person, if you have?
I think a man has to establish himself, and I had to ask myself what I like to do for pleasure, what did I like to do, like what did I believe in, just set my place for myself. So it was a lot of self-discovery work, and when I realized that I wasn't really like a lot of people, and I had to accept that because the world won't do that for you. God forbid you want to be something different, you're gonna get hated on it. Anytime you want to do something outside of tradition, you're gonna be met with adversity. So it was really tapping into myself, and I realized that I might be unique, but unique is special. So just I maintain my specialness and look for a special person. And sometimes I find them. Now they don't come as fast because you're looking for special, you know? So I might spend more seasons of my life alone, and that's tough. Because it's like, damn, I thought I was special, but the special houses stay on the market longer. They get so the special houses are more expensive, so like they don't come get interviews. Some people, when you put the price on your special and you put it out there, people know that's not in my range, right? Richie, stay in your range, bro. You got to stay in your range.
Let go. I want to ask you this question, and I want everybody to be transparent about this. Growing up in black households, a lot of us have heard, not everybody, but have heard, don't do that. Men don't do that, boys don't do that, only girls do that. And a lot of times it's being in response to us doing very human things. Like if you cry, man up, boys don't do it. Do you think that damages us when we grow into adults?
Most definitely. It puts us in a position where we have an inverted way of feeling. And we get to the point where we just don't feel. And the way we actually get any type of feeling is through coping mechanisms. So it's not necessarily feeling, it's coping. And then we don't really understand why we end up hurting all these different women, but at the end of the day, we're literally using women as coping mechanisms. And then at the same time, when women reach out to us and want us to feel, we don't know how to do that. And then we hurt them. So I think that's the biggest issue.
You gotta see that, but we gotta like obviously see that parallel. Mm-hmm. Telling a boy who's maybe confused about his emotions or expressing his emotions, maybe it's too much for your personal comfort as a parent, but telling him, man up.
Without explaining what manning up means. So
now you grow up equating being a man means holding my emotions in. Because you gotta think, you're saying that to a young boy that's incapable of comprehending the complexities of what you mean. I don't want you to cry, I want you to actually do something about it. You're not explaining, you're just saying, men don't do this. So now when I get in a relationship with a woman, I said this in one of our podcasts, if I was told by women in my life to man up, showing emotions is being like girls, now when I meet another woman in which I love when I grow up, now I'm uncomfortable expressing my emotions around her because I was uncomfortable expressing my emotions around my mother.
Around our own mother.
These things we actually have to compact and really talk about.